Hello. Happy Sunday or Monday, wherever you are in the world. Sunday somewhere or Monday somewhere. But we're back with our Sunday night Forbidden Lands game. We're playing the Dark of Hot Springs Island. I did remember the title this week, and I got my hard copy in this week as well. It's gorgeous. That physical book
Oh,
is really it's like embossed on the
oh my
front with the
God.
logo. Very nice. So we're what 3, 4 sessions into this. We're making our way through the island. It's a
Yeah.
hex crawl. It's a system neutral adventure, and I decided, hey, this will work well with Forbidden Land. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a whirl. So that's what we're doing tonight. We'll do roundtables. Everybody can introduce their characters, talk about what they've got going on outside of this. We'll do a session recap for last week, and then we'll get into where we left off. As always, Jen, you're up first.
Hi, my name is Jen. I am, I'll say what I'm doing first and then who I'm playing as second. So I stream Animal Crossing every weekday morning on my channel. I recently made some new tunes from people subscribe and or drop bits, and most of these folks have heard it and completely approve of it.
Very good.
Super hilarious. This is made on a melodica, an automaton, and an ocarina. Yeah, I'm also in a lot of TTRPG games, but I'll let Brendan talk about that. But tonight I am playing Xena, the human fighter, and Xena loves her books, but also loves the blood. So it's a little bit column A, a little bit column B.
Yes. And did you increase anything for Xena last week? Did you buy any talents or
I
anything?
did. So last week I got Path of the Blade level 2, which now I'm able to, once I use up all my actions, I can spend a willpower to immediately attack again in close combat. And that
Uh,
stacks with my sword fighter level 2, which allows me to slash 2 enemies with my sword in a single action.
Nice.
Deadly.
Boo.
All right. How come your whole
Xenoblade
party is
go
booing you?
burr! Xenoblade go burr!
Xena's like the most competent warrior of the party, and Calvaire going, Bill.
Don't worry, I'll leave some for you with my terrible rolls. I have so much willpower. I'm rolling so poorly.
Maybe today's your day.
I am rolling poorly as well as your game master. Brendan, hello.
Hi.
What do you got
Hey.
going on?
Oh, it's me. Oh, shoot. Hi, Internet. I'm Brendan. You can find me twitch.tv/Brendan. I draw stuff for tabletop, including with two of the people on this very game. Matt and Jen going to be collaborating on something very soon here that was
Yes.
recently successfully kickstarted. Congrats, Matt.
Thank you.
And I also am in a bunch of games with Jen. So in addition to art every day, I'm in a game of 5e on Featherfall Tabletop with Jen on Mondays. I'm in a AD&D First Ed game with Jen on Steam, Steel, and Murder on Tuesdays. We are in a Monster of the Week game on my channel on Thursdays, and then you find us in this game too. So we're kind of playing as much as we can in addition to making as much as we can.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Paige Knight, who by profession is a squire. So yeah, Paige Knight the squire.
Page
And,
Knight the Squire.
He's kind of a well-rounded fighter, but he's a druid as well. So squire by profession, but he's a druid, and he just took some healing stuff. So I'm hoping to be a little bit more of a utility fighter, kind of like take some hits, give some hits, heal some friends.
Oh yeah, because you took healing stuff last time, or you
I
are a
spent-
healer. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Mhm.
spent all my stuff to get it. Yeah.
it's all right. We'll need it this week. Jen, Seth bought you a 6 in the chat already with their channel
See,
points.
that's the anticipation that I'm going to be rolling super poorly. I appreciate the vote of non-confidence because that's a guarantee, and now less pressure on my back. So
Yeah. Thanks, Seth. Calvaire Robert, aka Evan.
Yeah, I'm playing Calvaire Robert, the human minstrel extraordinaire. Oh, see, look at me. He is the party's tank and reckless party member probably. But he hasn't had any injuries, so I guess he's still doing okay. I took a Defender 2 with my XP from last session. And yeah, we're just gonna explore the ogre village, which is probably a big mistake, but that's
Come on, come on.
but it's for the fun, right?
You're so like careful about everything. Throw caution in the wind, Calvaire.
Yeah, Evan thinks it's a mistake. Calvaire is all for it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Can't go wrong with that mustache.
Kelver, did you keep the magical blade last time? Is that yours, or did Xena end up with it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I definitely didn't keep it. I was like, no, thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna use both weapons. It'll just depend on what we're fighting.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna change how it works
Oh, okay.
for you to make it better.
Remember
Because-
whenever I asked our golem friend to let me stab him with it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He's like, no, I'm good.
We're gonna rework that weapon, but it's okay. It's gonna be better for you. Bill, aka Ernie, evil Ernie? No, you're not evil.
No, Ernie the Haunted.
Ernie the Haunted.
My name's Bill. If you're looking for me on social media, you will not find me. And yeah, if you want to see me, I am here every Sunday, and this is the only game I'm playing on right now. I'm playing Ernie the Haunted Elf, and he is haunted by the king in the casket that is owned by Klein, our next character you'll hear about. Ernie is constantly hearing random things said to him from the undead king, and you can actually chat with the group if you want to spend a little bit of channel points. You can send a message to the king, who will then yell it at Ernie, forcing him to deal with it. I'm going to try and be nicer to the king going forward.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but as for what I am in this, I am a sorcerer with a little bit of blood magic, a little bit of death magic, and I just took Defender 2, hoping to not die.
Yeah. So King Matt, just I was going to elaborate on that. So using channel points, how do you get channel points? You show up, watch games, watch this game, watch other games. You get channel points. They're free. You accrue them just by being here, and you can cash in some of those channel points to give players free rerolls or automatic successes. Like Seth bought a 6 for Jen. You can also cash them in to communicate to the players as King Matt. I didn't name it. Don't think I'm some kind of weird egomaniac. King Matt.
Oh my, Matt, you DM'd all of us and was like, if we don't name him King Matt, this is going to be a
This
problem.
game is
It was actually in his writer for the show that a central NPC that was an insert of the DM be added, and we were kind of like,
Insert.
it's a little lame, but I mean, I do want to play in this game, so
lies, all lies.
Matt, the most humble person that I know.
yeah, I know that's what makes it fun. So, chat, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret before and derail moment. Matt's the nicest human. He's
Yeah.
he's the nicest human.
He's also
You know,
Canadian. So.
He and Tyler are tied for the nicest humans,
Yeah, that's true.
honestly.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Are we sure it's not just the same person recorded separately with glasses and a hat? Like swap the gear? I don't know, Jen. Is
No,
this,
they
is this
found
a
us-
Freaky Friday
They
thing?
found us out, Tyler.
Oh my God. I guess they did. I'll get my glasses on just a sec. There.
Oh,
shit.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
God,
They're
what is
twins.
this? What is this?
All right, so the way King Matt works is King Matt is a corpse in a sarcophagus that Tyler's character Klein the Kind carries around, drags around a silver and encrusted sarcophagus. So you can cash in channel points to communicate through King Matt to Ernie. Ernie's the only one who can hear King Matt, and it drives him crazy. And then this now becomes part of the game, so you can communicate to Ernie, and it has to be said. Oh, look at that. Seth says, hit the follow button for an instant 300 points and use that to speak as King Matt. Yes! Thank you, Seth.
There you go.
Smash
Yep.
that
Hey.
button.
There's the cell right there.
Yeah. Oh, I love Foundry. Third Floor Wars. I love Foundry.
Yeah.
Everything's moved to Foundry for me. Gray Winters has cashed in
Did-
a message already.
Yeah, Gray Winters, you're going to have to write what you want him
I-
to yell at me.
While Gray is typing that out, did Tyler introduce himself yet?
No, we got
Not yet.
derailed with King Matt.
Sorry,
I
Tyler.
need to
That's
talk about
okay.
myself for a while.
As you said, we are the nicest, and I don't mind. I'm a patient person, so I don't mind.
They're adorable, both of them together.
You can find me at good old twitch.tv foolish GM. I don't do much tabletop just yet, but I was previously, and I'm gonna start up in April, hopefully, with some Forbidden Lands and my own system called Law and Honor. And yes, it is going to be an anime Law and Order game, and it's going to be great. And you'll find me on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays and Sundays here. And tomorrow on Monday, I'm watching some anime on Amazon Watch Party. If so, come by if you want to watch anime. As for my lovely character, we got Klein the Kind, and he is a good boy who just wants to use death magic to save his friends, which he now has even more friends. He before only had his master and a lovely dead king that his master tells him he likes everything that Klein does, and it's quite lovely. And he feels like he's doing a good job. And he's just learned some blood magic from his master, and he got a little bit better at helping the party keep an eye out for dangers. He wants to keep his friends safe as well, not just with his magic. He realizes that he has to be good at whacking things as well with his stick, so he's getting that down too. And that's him.
That is him. In regards to a recap, Old Man Logan already popped in there and asked if we're going to slaughter more children this week. That was last week. Oh, I don't have the picture of the centipede baby.
Here's hoping.
I don't think I'm gonna do that again because the reduced XP because they're smaller foes didn't end up making it worth the effort, honestly.
The younglings.
Put
All right, so what happened?
Smile on your face though, friend, in killing that kid.
You need to draw a little baby ogre.
What took place last week? So you traveled from your camp. You had met previously. Oh, there's the baby centipede that you murdered. You killed, wiped off the face of the island. But you've met a friend. You met a earth imp by the name of Crag at your camp, and he let you know of a secret cache of weapons and treasure and goods nearby. So he helped guide you to that on the hex that you started on, and you went there and you found, I don't know, a whole bunch of weapons I was nice and I gave you a whole bunch of things because I felt bad that I was going to kill you. So I gave you a whole bunch of items, and you were jumped by giant centipedes. Well, a mama centipede and a baby centipede, hence the drawing of the baby centipede. And you killed both of them with no problem. You had no moral qualms with killing a baby centipede.
No.
And did we do
My
anything
name's
else?
Page Knight the Squire, not Page Knight the Crier. Okay.
That's
Oh my god.
oh.
Oh my god. Cool.
From there, you moved to the north, and you went to the whale graveyard. Is that what it was listed as in your book, the whale graveyard?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
That was
There,
with the seagulls and the repelling cairns and.
exactly. Yeah, there was rotting. Well, sort of rotting whale carcasses littered all over the beach. There was whale bones, and you got up on a dune. You observed for a while. You saw that there were two adult orcs, male orcs, and they had some younglings with them. I can't remember how many, 4 or 5 or something like that. But they were super overprotective of these younglings, and they were there, and they're showing them how to carve up the whale meat from these carcasses were beached up on land, up on the sand, and they're also teaching these younglings how to forge obsidian weapons by hand. They would take handfuls of obsidian and they were making shaping blades and daggers. And they're trying to teach these younglings how to do that. But any little sound, any little creak, any little sign of danger, and these ogres were all over, trying to protect these young. They were very, very helicopter parent with these. I think that's the best way to put it. With these ogre young children.
Which is ironic because we always call it ogre momming when people helicopter in Forbidden Lands. Look at that ogre mom over there. Jeez.
Ogre. You noticed that the corpses of the whales, they stunk. They were decaying, but at a slower rate or pace. So, and that's why the ogres were able to just go up there, hack off some meat. It was good. You even did the same thing yourselves. You went up there, cut some of it off, and what should have been bloated, old, dead, rotted meat, you were able to find some good stuff off of. You notice that also the seagulls that were flying around the area, they're all over the area, the sky, but they were unable to get close to or feed upon these whales. There's some sort of force, a wind that would like just kind of whoosh them back up into the air as they kind of dove down and got close. So they were being protected or watched over by some sort of force. You also heard the ogres over talking to the younglings. Overheard them. They mentioned the name of, what was it? Magok?
Magok. Yep.
Magok watched over them
Magok.
and provided for them and things like that. And also, so you know that there's a Magok. You don't know what that is, if it's a god or a leader or
When
something.
we tried to craft an obsidian weapon, an angry wind kicked up.
Yes, that's
I
got
true.
that as a
It blew
note.
it out of your hands, right?
It like turned it into dust. I thought like T2 flashback
peeved.
style. wasn't
Yes. That's just blew it away. Yeah. And then you decided, okay, so there was something else on this hex that you're already aware of. You know that there is a outpost. What's it listed as? The encampment?
It is.
I put the
listed-
ogre farm. Sorry,
Ogre
go ahead,
farm.
Ray.
It's called Glavrock Village. If we're talking HS4.
No, on
And
this
that's-
one. Here,
Yeah.
there's the
Oh, on this one, not the
Yeah.
one we're
There's
going
the
to.
ogre farm. There's the pool that we are currently at.
And then the wheel graveyard.
And
I
the
think
wheel
we
graveyard.
I think we unofficially named it the ogre farm because it seemed
Okay.
like where they were doing their farming. So
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
John.
So you bypassed the ogre farm. You knew it was there, but you're like, let's not really mess
Yeah.
these guys right now. You did see it on your way there. You kind of passed by it on the outskirts. There was like big, tall, like 12 to 15 tall palisades all the way around this thing. You could hear voices, like ogre voices speaking. You could hear the squealing of pigs coming from this place. But you pressed on, and we left off. You guys found yourself upon a spring, a natural spring, a clear pool of water bubbling up quietly from the ground. And there was also patches of gray and purple moss growing in large splotches all over a nearby cliff face. And the vegetation was like extremely, almost unnaturally thick in this area. But you did see one big, large, dead tree rising from the cliff top overhead. And that's where we left off. We left off right then and there. Hey, thanks for the sub, Tombstone.
So I think we kick off the session with Gray's redemption of what King Matt said.
Oh, yes, thank you. I read it. I made a mental note, and I forgot. Why don't you love me anymore, damn it? King Matt shouts at Ernie.
I'm going to walk over to the casket, say, what's not to love? You're like the king of beef jerky at this point. Everybody here loves you.
You're using my coffin as a vehicle to carry your goods. You're offering me to that stone-eating imp.
I mean, to be fair, you're not light, and the stone imp is carrying you, so it felt like a good deal for us.
I'm extremely light. My coffin is heavy, you idiot.
Oh, so we're gonna go there, are we? Because I did say you're looking a lot like beef jerky.
I've been dead for 100 years. What do you expect?
You need another knock knock joke? Why don't you go to bed?
Oh no.
Oh, thanks for the sub, Ben Kelvin.
Klein peeks his head in and is like, "You're gonna tell one of your masterful knock knock jokes, Master? I do. Please do.
No,
I know
no,
that. I know that King likes
I'm
them."
out, but King
As,
Matt
soon
Oh.
as
would
he's saying
love-
that, I'm going to walk up and say, knock, knock.
Oh, who's there?
Indeed,
Uh-oh.
who is?
Oh, you.
You who?
Oh no. Doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Klein's like looks over to Zeta's like, "Whoa, you're really good.
Mhm.
You're good at the knock knock jokes. I'm never that fast."
The thing to keep in mind, so only Ernie can hear King Matt, but all of you can hear Ernie
Yeah.
arguing with King Matt.
Yes.
You get
Oh,
to
yeah.
hear
You look
one
like
side
beef
of an
jerky,
insane
just out of like
conversation.
the blue.
You're concerned about Ernie's mental fortitude at this point.
Yeah, just keep that in mind. Ernie continues to look crazy in front of all of you.
Definitely.
So you said before this was jelly moss in this area, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's
So I-
quite valuable.
I start collecting it I start
Sure.
collecting it very carefully, very carefully.
Start harvesting. Okay.
And I explained to everyone about the super boring argument that happened at a college one time about whether it was a plant or a fungus, and how I really don't care because all that I care about is that it's worth a lot of money. And what happens when you crush it is it's basically like liquid nails, except it will like never let go. It like
wow.
adheres to things together very, very strongly.
It's very good with wood, and we
Mhm.
can sell it to anybody who's a carpenter for quite a bit of money.
But it might be illegal for us to have it. So
I don't
It
care,
will-
and I start carefully just heaping
Anybody-
it into my bag.
Anybody
Just
wants to
keep in
harvest some?
mind,
Mhm.
do not give it to any blacksmiths. They will likely want to hang us.
Can you make me a survival roll? Anybody who wants to harvest it?
Okay.
Yes. I
Don't
have,
fail this. Who knows? He might be permanently glued to
I
the
have,
ground.
I have
Oh
five,
no!
5
I'm
total.
using my 6.
All right.
So I'd like to spend a willpower to use the adaptive thing to make mine a brawn roll. Like I'm balancing the weight of it all into my bag. I'm using might. So strength roll. I guess it would be might then for me.
Look at all of you. Ooh, do you want to push that?
Yeah, I'll push it. Okay.
Beautiful. Give yourself a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody succeeded?
I think so.
Okay. In total, I don't care how you divvy these up, you're gonna harvest 13 of these things. These jelly.
I was very excited about that. That's a lot.
Well,
I'm
see, and that's
putting
a big-
two
so
That's
down.
folks
good.
who are at home and who haven't been watching or following this, there's 2 books involved with this. We've got the one that I have. We have the GM's book that has like the actual like quest and adventure and all kinds of history in it. And the players also have a separate book that's known as the Field Guide, and it has information about the island. They found it when they arrive here. It's meant to be used as they explore. It gives them some information, details of what's going on in this strange island, because this is not the normal world that they are from. So that's why they have these details about these flora and fauna and things that they encounter. So they're using it to find this out. And also there's like a whole like chart in there, isn't there, of who's buying what on the island, like what factions want what goods. So if you find things along the way and you refer to that in the back of your field
Oh.
guide, you can make some damn good money also on this island while you're trapped here.
The tree. So it's a dead tree.
It's a dead tree on the edge of the cliff. The cliff is up, sheer
Yeah.
up, big luscious vines hanging down. It's very serene here. It's quiet. He's got this natural pool. It looks like just kind of bubbling up out of the ground. It's very calm otherwise though. And yeah, you see this tree up there.
Craig, I want to ask Craig, do you know anything about this tree? Like, do you know what kind of tree this is?
He looks at it. Says, oh, it's a very good question. I haven't seen a tree like that before, but it looks like a dead tree.
Correct.
Yes, that's the kind of tree it is.
What does the tree look like?
Like a dead tree.
Yeah.
Dead man.
Would you describe it for us, please?
Yes.
You're
A
leaving
dead
us in
tree?
suspense.
Okay.
It is about 12 feet in
Leaving me on
length.
a limb.
It is on its side, and it's kind of hanging
Okay.
over the cliff a little bit. It's brownish in color. You can see, you can
Dastardly.
make out that it looks like hollow. You can see, and there's a hole in the top of it. As you're sitting there
no.
and you're staring at this tree, all of a sudden, this like little furry head pops up, and you see this creature emerge, and it's only about maybe 2-3 feet in length, and it's this like black and white, long-tailed, almost lemur-looking creature.
Oh,
And it kind of moves to the edge of the log, like to the very edge that's hanging out over the cliff, and it sits there and looks at you. And it's got these like little like pepper looking things in each hand. And all of a sudden another one climbs out and sits next to it, and another one, and another one, and another one. And next thing you know, there's like 6 of them all lined up, and they've all got these peppers in their hands, and they're staring down at you. And they take bite every once in a while of these peppers. And they're staring at you intently and just kind of taking the odd little nibble here and there. And they're watching you as you collect these jelly moss that's growing around the area.
Are the peppers like red? Are they red orange peppers?
They are, in fact, red orange peppers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Also in your your guide.
I will wave at one of them.
Yeah, you wave at one of them, and it doesn't seem amused. It winds up and it throws a pepper at you,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Ah.
but it goes wide. It kind of lands next to you. This is the red orange pepper that lands next to you, and it's got little bite marks out of it, nibble marks, and they all start kind of yip 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 yip, making all these noises and kind of chirping at you now.
Oh no.
Well, that was rude.
Suddenly another one goes flying through the air and misses its mark. These things don't seem to be very accurate with their throws. And they're all like yipping and chirping, and all of a sudden like more keep just hopping out of this.
Oh,
tree
I
trunks.
feel we should leave. This is
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get my
Master,
shield
yes,
out.
let's we should run. please.
Let's back
I'm
away
like
from this place.
frantically looking through
Oh,
the. I'm like
yeah,
looking
so-
through the like.
So am I. I'm like, is it this thing? Is it that? Does it have horns, Matt?
Put my shield out and like
the-
try and get us to get out of there and cover
The
everybody.
lemurs?
Yeah. do they have
no.
any sort of bony protuberance.
No, they do not.
It could just be lemurs. Lemurs exist on this island.
But you do have a whole bunch of these, like, I don't know, they're either like a couple inches long, fiery peppers. They're marbled with red and orange all over them, raining down upon you.
Well, we should at least grab one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can any of us grab some?
Yes, oh yeah, definitely. Some of them have been bitten, some of them haven't. You can start collecting these peppers. I'm assuming you found them in your guide.
Yeah. Kachuga peppers?
Yeah, they're- yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Kachuga peppers. They're hot peppers.
Delicious with fish.
Leathery flesh of these peppers can be mashed into a paste and then shaped and dried into chips.
We could make them into a shaped
What?
charge, combine them with the glue, and throw them into our foes' eyes.
Oh Lord.
I can't get it off.
We have peppers.
You have peppers. As you're sitting
So-
there and you're collecting the peppers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
I was gonna say I asked Craig if he knows what those are.
Those
What
are.
those creatures.
Oh, he points up with his little stubby arm. He lifts his little arm. He's got his little stub, like a little bulbous hand, and these little fingers. Yeah, just like that. Where's Brendan's hand? And he points. Those are. I don't know. I've never seen those before. Do you know what they are? Have you seen them?
No, they look like lemurs.
What's a lemur?
Looks like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Well,
watching
I don't-
Brendan's little hand.
You know, if I had $1 for every time somebody said, "Brendan, I'm watching your little hand,"
Oh,
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
What, do you have a lot of dollars? I don't understand.
Like 3?
Both.
so you're getting rained upon by these hot peppers. It's not harmful. Even if they hit you, they just kind of bounce off you. They're just, like I said, 2 to 4 inches in size. They're not huge, they're not massive, they're not hard. It's kind of annoying more than anything. But you start seeing more and more of these lemurs. Now they're kind of like along the lip of the cliff. And they just kind of keep gathering. And they're all chirping and yipping at you and throwing hot peppers, raining them down on you after Calvaire opened his mouth. And what did you even say? Did you say hi? I don't
I
even
didn't.
know what you
I
said.
waved. I didn't even
Oh,
say
you waved.
anything.
How rude.
Part of me thinks these things hate us. Part of me thinks they're great caterers.
They're an infinite food source.
I can see a game where these peppers are falling down and you have to move something out of the way, like maybe a little puzzle piece or something, and we could call it Pepper Time.
We could also get out our swords and slash them in the air.
Ooh. Like some sort of pepper ninja.
There you go.
All right,
we
while
should
you're
move on.
while you're sitting there discussing peppers, everybody go ahead and please make me
Oh
a.
god, do they have like a master lemur or something?
The drunken master lemur just
Might
pops
be a-
out.
There might be a giant bat. Giant
Did
bats
you
living all around
disturb my
trees.
children?
Make me an insight roll, please.
Insight.
Ooh.
No,
roll?
not insight. Let's do, do scouting. Scout. Oh,
I'm
Tyler got all
down.
excited.
Oh.
Scouting.
I also point. I'm good with scouting. That's what Klein has
Oh my
been
God.
practicing.
I
Let's
succeeded, but then
see.
Evan just.
Damn, Evan.
Oh,
I
Oh, I
was
still got one
born on
success.
logs.
All right.
Calbear knows everything about these things
Calbear,
and anything they've ever
Xena-
I
done.
You once
am
scouted. I was
Limer.
born in the scout.
Ernie.
I grew up in a knotty pine that was falling over on its side.
You're all there, and you're collecting these peppers. You're taking the moss while you can. You're looking up at these lemurs, and all of a sudden, the four of you hear something. You hear something coming from the direction you came, and all of a sudden, it sounds like something's crashing through the bush, and it's kind of faint. And all of a sudden, through the way you came, through the bush, through the jungle, bursts a woman. She runs into the area, and she's startled to see the five of you. She's beautiful, stunningly beautiful. Her skin is blue. It's like a light, deep blue. And she comes running in. And she says, "You must help me! You must help me! The salamanders are after me, please!"
If I had $1 for every time. Salamanders, everyone, are we picking up swords for this?
Are they
Like behind you? What do you
Get
mean?
in the water. Get
Yes,
in the water?
and you can hear. Well, as you look at her, she runs by. Her skin's almost like glistening in the sun,
Uh-huh.
and she like kind of pushes her way past you and just like poosh, like straight
How-
into that spring behind you. Doesn't even make a sound. You like the water doesn't even break. Just into the water.
She's a water imp.
Watch out for the peppers.
Yeah. Yeah, this pepper's raining down. Not far behind her, all of a sudden, crashing to the area are. I don't even know how many I put on here. 6? Let
All
me
of
see.
them. You put all of
6?
them.
All of them. All of the salamanders appear. I need to quickly take a look. 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4, 5, 6 large,
Ugh.
like 6 to 8 foot tall lizard-looking creatures. They have
Jeez.
leathery skin, like scaly skin. Some of them are yellow, some of them are orange, some of them are speckled with both. And they come running in. They're
Oh my God.
wielding spears made of brass.
Okay, thank God.
And their scales are almost shimmering with heat in the sun. Like, you know, when you see like something hot or a fire and it lets off that shimmer to it, their scales are radiating it, and they burst in the area. And one of them speaks, "Step aside! Where did it go?"
um,
I will
I-
point a different direction.
yes,
That way.
It was definitely where he pointed.
You can make me a manipulation roll at a minus
Okay.
-1.
they're
Minus
not
one?
smart. They're
Well.
not smart.
You've read about
don't-
these?
I already read about them. These are the warriors, not the spellcasters.
Yeah.
Did that roll
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rangers, right? If
I
I
put
remember.
Oh,
a
wow,
minus one, but
nice.
it rolled.
That's
I put
you have 2
minus one.
6s, but a -1 takes away a die type, or takes away a die is what it's supposed to do.
But
That's
not 2, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
So one success?
But the first one was still successful, yeah.
Anybody want to buy the GM some successes? Actually, I rolled 2
No.
6s.
Don't need it.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
I rolled 2
Yeah.
6s on that. Here, let me expand that for people watching at
I
home.
see that.
All right. So they go, "You're a liar. She's a Nereid. They thrive in the water. Step aside and let us check the pool behind you." And they start coming forward. A bunch of them, about 3 of the 6, push their way forward towards you, towards this
Oh.
pool.
As they're doing that, can I use my war cry talent to get us prepared for battle?
Sure. What does that do?
Gives everyone a +2 for a round.
Look,
All right. I guess we're.
we fight.
They
Basically,
start.
yeah, I
they
mean, I would
push
pull
away
out my
aside,
weapons
and
do
they
it,
go to the
yeah.
water, and they start like dipping their spears in and stabbing at the
Ah,
water.
no.
We wouldn't let them get that far.
Okay. Well, are you gonna
Booze
stop
on
them?
us?
Or,
Do we
Yeah,
have any
when-
booze on us?
Stop them?
Do we have any booze on us? Any
I
alcohol?
I don't think so.
Do we have any meat on us?
I
We have-
actually
we have that
do
whale meat.
have
We
have
a
that whale
little
meat.
bit of wine.
Okay,
Oh.
I
offer
have whale
offer it
meat.
to them. Offer it to them.
Guys,
I'm
why
gonna-
don't you take a drink and go get out of here?
Yeah, I'm sure you mean well, but we've got some food and some drink here, and you know,
I have a bottle of wine here.
that thing you're describing didn't enter the
And-
water, ran right past it. You must have
and
freaked
when-
it out.
When you're done with the wine, I can teach you how to play a game with the bottle called Spin the Bottle. You'll love it.
Oh.
They
I've played this game. It is surprising.
the one who's like the leader is like, he's like his tongue is flicking out around the bottle, and he's looking at you, and he snatches it from you and pops off the cork, and his tongue starts like darting in there.
Tyler doesn't like this visual.
It's like a snake tongue.
Getting flashbacks of Mark Hamill.
What?
Oh my god.
And it kind of like, and he turns to the others and he just starts guzzling it. The others jump forward and start kind of ripping, trying to pull him off of it. And they're all like taking it from one another and they're trying to drink this bottle of wine. And others are taking that whale meat and devouring it. And they seem completely like engrossed in this wine and this meat that you've provided them.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get the girl out of the water and walk away.
How are we going to get the girl out
We
of the
can't
water?
get the girl. I think we just need to go.
You mean the girl was never in the water?
Yeah.
I will try to go in and get her then.
Okay.
No,
I thought
let's-
she was like out, you know?
thought,
Like,
yeah,
I
you
thought
took
she
my
was
you took my wine. You took our food. Get out of here.
What?
Oh,
He looks at you and goes, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
Who are you?
We're salamanders. We are the force of Lord Svarku.
the Lollipop Kid song popped into my head as soon as you said we're the
Oh,
salamanders, and I'm just wrecked now. I'm sent.
Lord Svarku.
Svarku, we are.
No.
What are we? How did we get here? What?
Could you
Who are
spell
you?
that? Could you spell Lord Svarku?
Svarku. Svarku.
Alright, cool, thanks.
What? And they seem really confused after they've been like just inhaled this wine and this meat, and like they kind of like snap out of like they're in a daze. Like what? What? Who are you? What are we doing here?
You were just saying you were about to go, and you thanked us for the wine.
Where are we? They
I don't
They start
know.
looking around. The little tongues are flicking out of their mouths, and they seem very confused.
I'm gonna say you came from that way, and you were just about to go that way.
Which way do you point? South, the north, the
back
east?
where
west?
they came from.
Yeah,
Man,
you
you know
point
what?
south.
I think I saw a bird, a really interesting bird headed that way too. I think
Bird?
I think I've heard it called a Coogee bird before.
A Koji bird.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a bird.
I've heard that some lizard and folk really are into them. Do you ever trade with the lizard folk, salamander folk, or not so much?
Sometimes.
They really love those birds. They're worth a lot.
Fine. And they look and they're looking around. How does this one know? Who is he? I don't know. I've never seen him before. There's the volcano. Let's go back home. And they start like scurrying out of the clearing
Oh.
back south.
So this
Have
is
a nice life.
this isn't a water imp. This is a
Nereid.
Nereid, yeah. So can we like stir the water and let her know that it's safe?
Start stabbing at your swords.
No, not
I
stab.
toss
No.
a couple pepper.
I put my. You toss a couple peppers in.
Yeah, I
I
was
have,
gonna
a,
say-
I have a staff. I could just like nuzzle the water.
I put my head in up to the neck and I scream, "It's all clear!" into the water.
Yeah. It takes a moment, but all of a sudden, then, like, this shape starts appearing out of the water. Again, like the water doesn't break or anything, and again, this blue-hued, beautiful woman steps out of the water, and you're the one who you shouted to Rosina. She goes, "I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. I was trying to get to the old city to see if I could get close to the old bathhouse and find out what's going on, and unfortunately one of my sisters was taken by Svarku's men, and I fled here where the night ogres, or is it the night ogres? Yes.
Mhm.
The night ogres, the night axe ogres live, for they are our allies. I came here seeking their help. But who are you?
Well, what's your name first?
My name is Naira.
Ira.
I'm Klein. Hi.
Hello, Klein.
Age.
Paige.
Ernie.
Night.
Xena.
Xena, as Ernie introduces himself, she goes, "What is he doing here? What is he doing here? Why is there an elf? What is going on? No, never again, never again."
We're cool.
And she starts to like back to the water. Why is there an elf here? Where did he come from?
I just gave up my wine to save your life. I came from not here. We got shipwrecked.
I am not going to be captured by one of your type again.
I don't want
we
to capture
wouldn't let
you.
him do that. Yeah.
Do you want us to
Master wouldn't
escort
do
you?
that.
Do you want us to escort you to the Night Axe Ogres?
If you could. This spring here, unfortunately, does not connect to the one found in their village that we erected. We have some earth imps that are supposed to be tunneling down here to help connect it, but
Craig.
Greg,
he's like, "Hey, yeah, what's going on?
we
Do your
have
damn job, Craig.
yeah,
What? What's that?
tunnels, Craig.
Tunnels?
Have you heard about the tunnels? to
I've heard
help
about a
these
tunnel. What do you
people?
know about tunnels? What's going on with tunnels? Where's the tunnel?
Well, the Nereids here said that the Earth Imps, you, Craig, was supposed to be helping them connect a water
wasn't-
source.
What? It wasn't me. It's got to be one of my brethren. Met you in the jungles. Remember, I was in your camp.
No, I know, but I thought maybe you knew something about this.
He just kind of shrugs. "Mm."
Craig, you are a scholar and a gentleman. And I just pat him on the head.
He seems very pleased by this. What's a scholar? What's a gentleman?
So many stories, Craig.
Craig,
Looks like we're going to the ogre.
She says,
farm.
you're a
keep-
scholar and a gentleman.
keep that elf away from me. I will not be a prisoner again.
Okay,
don't-
no problem.
Yeah,
Do I
sounds
look
good.
like I am taking prisoners?
All your kind
mean-
did. You imprisoned myself, my sisters.
You are carrying a
For far too
sarcophagus,
long.
That could be prison.
Well, I can't speak to them, but I just got here.
How do I know that?
I mean, we can vouch, and we did just save your life.
Do you see how bad we are at these woods?
Master is great. He saved my life plenty of times.
She kind of squints and looks at you. I don't trust him, and I never will.
Trust me.
Yes. And Craig's like, and me! And King Matt's like, murder! Ernie hears, and me from inside the sarcophagus.
Yes.
King Matt says you can trust him as well.
Who's King
I
Matt?
think
Oh,
no,
don't worry
no.
about it.
so. I think we could probably get to the encampment. I think we could probably get to an encampment within like maybe the next couple of hours. If you're interested,
And
we
we'll-
can go
we'll-
to the nearest one.
We'll make sure you walk on the opposite side of our elf, right? Like, come on. What's he gonna do? Leap?
Elves are known to leap.
He's kind of nimbly pimbly, I'll give you that.
We'll put this elf
Going
on the shelf
branch to branch.
so that you feel safe.
If you can get me to the Night Axe Ogres, I'd be very grateful. I'm a long way from home. We're on the other
Well-
side of the island.
Axe no more of us. We're on it. We're heading there anyway.
Let's go.
All right. She is grateful, but hesitant
Okay.
to join you.
Okay.
I popular.
You don't want to be an elf on this island. They did some bad things a long time ago.
Damn this random character generation.
There's some really bad things a long time ago. All right, so we're gonna do some travel rules, aren't we? Traveling. So we have our party sheet.
Party sheet.
I'll show the
Time to
party
keep
sheet.
watch.
People in
Can
the...
Naira help us at all? Is she good at anything?
Oh,
So
yeah. She knows which way
Typically-
we're going.
the Nereids travel via water, so she's not used to
Mm.
traveling on land. So she kind of
Right.
ended up here by accident, running for the Night Axe Ogres. But on the way there, she explains that they can travel via these underwater aqueducts or that have been carved all over the island, and they have made allies with the Night Axe Ogres as of recent in their fight against Svarku. Varku. I don't like the S on there. Svarku.
So did she say she's been to the village before or no? The Night Axe village.
She says, I have been here. I have traveled here before, and I've spoken with their leader previously.
What is the deal about strong female fighters?
Well, you see, there's only maybe 6 ogre women, and they're
Mhm.
dying. Their race is dying, so they're searching for more women to help keep their clan alive. See, ogres have a
Yep.
terrible tragic history. They were created as slaves.
Mhm.
And they now have rebelled and this is what's left of them. They were once enslaved by Varku, and were created by the Great Ash Barons, and they rebelled quite a few years ago, and they've made their way north here, and they hate Varku and all of the salamanders and all of the Fugonauts, the ones who report to Varku. But they need females. Unfortunately, no females are being born. All they're seeing are males, and
Why
their
are-
race is dying out.
Why are the ogre women specifically dying out?
There are no more ogre women. They're not just dying; they're just not being
They
born.
just stopped being.
It's
oh,
just
that's
all
okay.
Oh.
males being born. But there is, she says, there is a magic woman, an ogre, and it is said that she can
Mhm.
transform strong females of other races into ogres.
Oh,
Oh.
Magok.
add to their-
Magok.
I
Magok.
could be an ogre fighter.
Wow.
Oh my god.
She says, well, if she transforms you to an ogre, you're most likely going to have to stay there to help breed
That's what you
to
think.
keep the ogre line alive, but
That's what you think. Okay.
on
Crazy.
to battle and glory.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So, do the ogres hate elves, or?
she says everybody here hates elves.
Damn it,
Sweet.
Ernie!
Together. Brings them
Ernie.
together.
Put a hood on.
Ernie.
Do something.
Ah.
Disguise yourself.
Does King Matt have a crown in his
Yes.
coffin?
Yes.
If we could we fit the crown on Ernie's head to cover his ears in some way?
That'll look real good. It's just let's draw more attention to the elf walking into town.
But if you cover the ears, you're fine,
Do you
right?
wear a helmet, Ernie? Do you wear like an open face helmet or anything like
I
that?
have a open top helmet. Yes.
Okay, so we actually will say
Oh,
your ears
yeah.
are covered right now then for most of the time.
The redemption. For King Matt.
All right, Seth has King Matt says, "Do not touch my crown, Ernie. Keep your filthy hands off my crown."
Man, no one
Yeah,
likes
I-
Ernie.
I'm not.
Mine
I
does.
like Ernie.
Getting to
No,
feel
I
that
meant like
way.
externally from our group. Like
Oh.
you know, the world at large seems against Ernie. Is what I'm getting at.
It would
We're
be
gonna
so much
protect
easier
him.
if you didn't have an elf with you.
Yeah.
We'll protect him.
True.
Sure.
I'm not gonna touch your crown, Matt. It would make me more conspicuous, not less.
You couldn't pull it off anyways, Ernie.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause you're gonna be reaching around to stop me, huh?
I will
When you say that and I don't hear the two sides of that one, I just give you a look.
Yes.
Okay. I've been left alone a little too long.
Yikes.
Ooh, let's keep going.
Traveling, we are.
Mhm. I can
All
do
right.
a scouting. Oh, or did.
Yes,
Yeah,
so we
good.
need a scouting and we need a survival because we're going to be moving a hex. We're going up a hex now.
I will
Um,
Let's do it.
lead the way.
So
Well,
let's
this
open
isn't
up
the
our...
same hex.
I mean,
or
I
is
can
it?
do survival.
You're moving up a hex. So in this hex is the ogre
Silent.
camp, right? Or the farm. And you're moving to the next hex because you want to go to the ogre village,
Mhm.
which is one hex up. That's HSO4, which is, I think, where you indicated you want to go anyways. Whoa, look.
I'll go ahead and do survival. I don't roll even tons if that's
I
cool.
forgot I was born here. I mean,
I was forgot this was my hometown.
Look at the two of you.
Oh,
Wow.
we're just a good old scout party. I love it. Just Claude's like,
So I get to play in a Forbidden Lands game once a month, and I am the lead the way person in that group. And I also have like my dice are stacked in it, but I almost want to fail just to get like a lead the way or
Mishap?
scouting mishap. Yeah, because they're
I've
fun.
got so many.
They're so
in
much
this.
fun.
They are great. A blizzard just like smacked my players this morning. It was good. They like spent a whole day just staying camping afterwards. Like, we gotta keep safe. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, so you're moving along. Klein, you're up there, and you're like scouting ahead. You're seeing if there's anything up there, and all of a sudden, the thick jungle breaks into a clearing, and it's about 10 acres, like circular, and it's
Oh.
dominated by piles of broken black basalt boulders,
Mm.
3-foot high grass, and you see two of the southern boulders in this area are covered in a fuzzy orange flower.
Oh wow.
Oh, I remember that. I think.
So
What is
you're
the
sitting,
girl's name again? And
Naira.
Naira, maybe you
Naira.
should be leading up front so we don't befoul ourselves with the ogres.
I'm
as
not going to
we
listen to you,
introduce
elf.
ourselves.
Ernie, come
Oh.
on. Did you really think that was going to work?
I'll go to the back.
Naira, how about you stay with me in the front so we can say hello to the ogres?
She's fine. Fine. Just keep me away from that filthy elf.
Yes, he'll be in the back. It's
Filthy. I
fine.
mean,
So
I could use
these
a bath, but
these flowers, the foliage is dark green. It's almost like blackish, and it's covered in
Oh.
thorns. And
No.
the wooden branches like point upwards.
I know
Like
what
instead
it
of
is.
branches going outwards, they point upwards towards the sky. And there's like
Sure.
fuzzy flowers, orange and reddish flowers all over them.
I think this is tickleweed.
These are Sapopa.
Mm. Isopopas, you're right. I thought
That's
they
the
were tickleweed.
scientific name, Sapopa, but also known as tickleweed.
We'll call them
Yes.
tickleweed.
From the locals, that's what they call it. Which
Yeah,
is
Naira
really
says that is not
fair.
tickleweed.
It's tick.
Hey, you know what? If you try hard enough, everything's tickleweed. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, dun-dun.
Oh my god.
If he
All
had
right.
$1 every time that happened.
Uh, so you're on. You're. I'm gonna say you didn't like go into this clearing, did you? You're just kind of sitting there, Klein, and you're like maybe you went back. You let the others know that it's up ahead. You see this. Are you guys sort of sitting on the outskirts of this
Yeah, like,
clearing, or do you want to go into it? Like, what's the plan here?
Well, Klein doing the scouting, once they wouldn't move forward after seeing that for sure. They would wait for Calvaire to get to where he is and be like, hey, check this out. And would like
Ah, I got this. So he starts walking forward.
and Clyde's like, well, if he's that confident, then great, let's go. And has his staff, it's a walking stick.
We should be careful walking through here.
Oh.
Goa and Kiru lizardmen will harvest these branches, so we may encounter.
But
Some
the
folks in
flowers themselves are
No, flowers are
problemo.
Flowers
Well,
are fine.
If we do see the lizardmen, we can tell them the salamanders are off after that bird they're super into, and just get those two parties to like fight each other.
In faction fighting, gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's heading in? I'm sorry to go gather. I didn't
Oh.
hear.
Calvaire will
Yeah.
walk in
Yeah.
first.
And Klein right behind.
And me.
All right.
Me.
I'm in the
So everybody's going. All right.
Crags on my shoulders, you know.
Oh, gee, that'd be a wait.
So you all break through the clearing and you enter, and it's very serene. It's very, very beautiful in here. The wind doesn't really seem to be blowing through. It's quiet. You can hear birds chirping nearby. You can hear the odd little like crash in the bush, but it's nothing significant. It's probably like a
This is what I imagine a Yanni song looks like.
Yanni song. I need pan flute stat. I need to find pan flute on Sirenscape. But
I'm not pan flute. I'm sorry. It's the one instrument I don't have. It's a pan flute.
I'm on it.
Don't buy me a pan flute. I don't want one.
oh yeah.
Stop.
So you make your way over to these large basalt boulders, and you want to start harvesting. You did identify it is Sapopa. Sapapa.
Sure, I would love some Sapopa.
I suppose you would.
Yeah.
Sapopa, I might.
Sometimes you can clean a room with isopopa alcohol.
Jeez.
So according to your book, that you know,
Can a giant eagle come eat him or something? Can
once
we-
pollinated, a flower will grow a seed pod beneath its petals, similar to that of an opium poppy. And the pod contains thousands of tiny
Oh.
black seeds encased in marble globules of translucent orange, which float in a yellow nectar.
We are going to be drug dealers, my friends.
Is there anybody in your book who's actively looking for a Sapopa?
What?
No.
what do you mean by that?
No.
Oh, you
no.
mean someone looking to buy it? Okay.
Yes. Is there anybody looking? Like, is there a buyer for it? I'm curious. According to your notes.
My assumption would be Goa and Kira Lizardmen if they were like friendly.
Trying to
but
harvest it, yeah.
Doubtful they would be friendly.
Maybe does the Nereid know anybody that would be interested?
I'm not familiar with these. She says these don't grow on the part of the island where I live.
Well, we can when we go to the 9X ogres, we could ask them about it maybe.
Yeah.
Or keep it on the DL because it's probably not a good thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely not. I snort it. No.
Oh no, no.
I will attempt to harvest some Sapopa.
All right,
For
make me
personal recreation.
everybody wants to harvest it. Make me a survival roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, will I?
Okay.
I want to see old Calvert actually
Ooh,
fail
I
at
gotta
something for
push.
once. There we go.
Ooh,
Give
if
me that willpower. Oh, I failed. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna use my other 6 that
All right.
refilled for me.
now, if I push, I have 3 ones that came up. One of them's in red,
So
The
the
red
red
one
one
won't
doesn't
count.
count. It's not going to hurt you.
but
But
the 2 at the end will.
they will
Yeah.
hurt you, yes.
Yeah, let's get
Okay.
some willpower.
And
shit.
Oh,
and you fall over dead. No.
Just about.
Okay.
Oh, we are Isopopa. We all just got
dang.
high.
I succeeded.
Yep.
So Xena, Calvert,
Only because of
and that's it?
6.
No, I failed.
Yeah, I
pushed
failed my
failed.
push roll.
Xena, and is that
I
it?
think Zena's the only one who passed, right?
And it was
Dina's the only one who passed.
it was a
Yeah.
dirty pass too. So
All right, you're able to harvest 4 of these flowers or pods, whatever you're looking for, the opiate-filled pods. While you're sitting there and you're like cutting these flowers off everybody, and they're just kind of
Can
falling
I-
to the ground. Sorry,
can
go
I
ahead.
get a ruling here? I may have just passed out. So I had 2 from my earlier, and then I had
Oh.
3 more.
Oh no.
oh yeah, yeah.
Didn't
All
you
right,
pass
so,
that?
Yeah, you out.
so all of
Oh,
a sudden,
greened.
Ernie's trying to pick the flowers, and he's trying to take them off gently, and all of a sudden he just collapses to the ground.
Oh my god.
He'll be easier to hide this way.
Elves, they just don't have the stamina that we humans have. Am I right? And I'll go and try and rouse him, I guess. It's performance, right, for mental injuries?
Yes. Yes. You're gonna.
I'll, sing
Oh
him
yeah,
some
you're a
sweet
bard,
nothing.
aren't you? A
I
minstrel.
am technically.
A minstrel, sorry, not a bard. Wrong game.
I am.
All right, you're gonna sing into his ear.
No,
softly.
I have to spend I have to spend one of my human. Remember what we talked about with my dark secret? So you see Calvert attempts to do what is natural for a minstrel, and then you can see there's like a hesitation, and then I'm gonna spend a willpower to use survival to get him up instead, because I know what Sapopa, why it knocked him out.
Oh.
Using that human ability to
Adaptive.
swap, yeah. It's
Yes.
real handy. It is real handy.
Okay, I guess I'll push.
Watch you pass out.
Oh.
Oh!
I see this, and I'm like, hey, Druid, cleanse spirit. And then I'm going to cast cleanse spirit. And I'm going to spend, you know what? Elf, don't disappoint me. I'm spending 3 willpower to rank it up and to get you 4 points of healing.
Wow.
4.
Yeah. Assuming you
Because-
have 4. If you don't
I
have
do
4,
have 4 wits.
you're up. I'm like, cleanse spirit, just
You
like
gotta
that.
roll all the magic dice though.
Oh yeah. Here we go. This is where
Oh.
we're gonna get our
Uh-oh.
magical
Don't get
mishap.
However
Don't
many
get
power
demons.
levels you have is how many dice you roll.
I rolled 3. I added 3 to it to make it a total of 4 power levels.
Roll
Oh,
46.
Oh, only 46.
Oh.
Your GM is
Don't
excited.
get
terrifying.
any ones. Ooh, that's a low roll.
How many
Oh,
ones?
boy.
2 ones.
Oh, 2 ones. Oh,
Two magical
this is gonna
mishaps?
be
Bring it.
scary.
How does
Bring
that
it.
happen? I've never had more than
Not
one
to do
one on it.
either. He has to roll. Well, he rolls 2 separate times on the magic mishap
Mm.
table.
Yeah.
Here it comes. The
Mm.
demon's gonna suck you out of a portal and you die.
Nice. I've always wanted to die
Yeah.
in a portal.
All right, so I'll roll the first one here.
Oh.
Well, before you leave, thank you.
Okay, is
Yeah,
one. Let's
yeah.
see what happens here. Before you leave, thank you. Oh dear
Oh,
lord!
Oh,
The spell
Oh,
backfires. An offensive
no.
spell affects you instead of your intended target. A protective or healing spell
What?
wounds instead of healing. A shapeshift goes horribly wrong. A summoned undead demon illusion turns against you. The GM special. Okay, so you were healing.
Yeah.
So this is it's gonna hurt you instead. So how many points of healing did you do?
I did 4.
4.
So
he
you're gonna
just
take
broke
4
himself?
damage instead.
I'm down. I have exactly 4. So
Oh no.
So now 2 of us are down.
Oh, but we gotta roll a critical injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I think there should be
Oh,
magic
Myra.
ones. Should there not be, or
No,
something
there's
like
not.
that?
No, there
Oh.
isn't.
Maybe like
cleanse
blood-
spirit, I say, and then immediately just pass the fuck.
Blunt-
out.
like blunt or something. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
blunt force, like
Oh,
magic.
Oh,
What's our
wow.
first
Yeah.
real injury? Oh,
breathless. Breathless. All right. It's not in here.
Well, good thing Klein actually has learned how to care for people since he's kind. So he sees
Aw.
Paige just collapse. Is like, oh, okay.
We just got this
First
daisy
aid.
chain of people collapsing down.
Yeah.
You fail your rolls. We're all just dead from ourselves, trying to be helpful. It's so Canadian.
So
Yeah, can I use roll healing or no?
you can roll here. Paige is collapsed on the ground and he's
Yeah.
gasping for breath. So there's no
Ah.
effects to this. Actually, for I did like there's no like there's no healing time. There's no
Injury.
lasting effects or anything. It's just like you're
knocked the
gasping for
wind out of
breath. As,
myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
that's not bad
No, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
bad
not
at
too
all.
compared to
No.
what you rolled.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy.
Oh wow.
So yes, you could try to heal both of them because they are at 0 hit points. They're incapacitated. Is
Well,
what
you have
is
to do
happening.
performance for mental or
Oh,
healing for
right.
physical.
Yeah, but
So I can't try and heal
Page's
Ernie
physical
again.
damage.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you can try him,
We can
Yeah,
also just
so I'm gonna
camp.
try to get him up, and then
or we could camp. Yeah.
I'll tank so quickly.
To
Oh
be
my God.
clear, because I didn't succeed on that push, I also do not get the willpower, right?
No, you do.
You get the willpower.
do?
Yeah. Yeah.
however
You take
many
any
souls,
damage
yeah.
when you're pushing, you just get willpower.
Oh,
So
jeez.
even
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Please don't push and then you fall unconscious. We are
do it,
literally
do it, do it,
not-
do it.
I love it. Oops, all ones.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
good. So this is
one
for Paige.
success.
Paige. So you bring
Ugh.
Paige back. All of a sudden, Paige, your eyes open up, and Klein
Yep.
the Kind is sitting
Just
over
shaking you
you.
awake. Wake up!
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Feeling really shitty, by the way. Super bad.
You just magicked yourself in the face. It was impressive.
This is what I get for trying to help.
True. I feel like we should just rest here because we can't really
Yes.
get Ernie up now. I tried and
I did too.
yeah.
King Matt is
Yeah, that's
shouting
up.
at Ernie.
Well, no one can hear it.
Ernie can
make
in
him
his
up.
I'm
dreams.
unconscious.
Ernie's unconscious.
In his
He's
dreams.
crawling around.
Yeah. I don't remember what part of the date was that we were on, so we'll say
I
it was
thought we
morning.
were kind of late. But I
It
don't
was late,
remember.
wasn't it?
I thought it was
Probably.
late.
Yeah, I thought so too. So we're gonna say that was day, evening. So we're gonna be making camp in tonight now. So we're gonna have to make camp,
Make
and
Yeah.
you did start your day by eating. I do remember that specifically
Yeah,
last
with the
session. You
whales.
did eat and drink for
Yeah.
the 24-hour period. So you
Yeah.
don't have to do that when you make camp now. But someone is gonna have to make camp with the survival roll.
And we have tents though, so we have the bonus.
You do have the bonus +2 for the
Okay,
small tent.
I'll
Klein is
roll.
gonna be doing watch at night, so he's gonna rest during this period of time while the
Okay.
camping is getting done,
Okay, +2.
so I can recover.
Because he's a vampire.
Haha! Camp is made
Ooh,
and prepared.
yes.
You know, you can usually count on Calvert to pitch a tent.
oh,
No.
Jesus, I love it.
If
You
I
guys are
had
great.
a silver piece every time I heard that.
No, no. Good night, everybody.
You'd have a couple of large sacks of
Oh.
silver.
Oh my god!
No,
No!
no,
Do
no,
not
That
keep
is
going.
what she said.
no.
Keep this going.
This is exactly what got us into this mess and run off that island onto a boat.
Oh my
Yes.
It's all coming full circle. They call
I
that a
didn't
callback.
realize it was one of those places where you paid for the service.
Oh boy. Here we go. All right, so Calvera, you make camp. You get a fire going. You set up the tents. You find an excellent little place. Are you going to do it in this clearing, or are you going to do it off the clearing?
I feel like it'd be good to do it like right outside of it, so we
Mm.
could see if people did come through the clearing. Like it'd be easy to
Yeah,
tell people.
for sure.
Okay, perfect. By the way, Grey Winter says you're all gross.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It's
Yeah.
my character. It's not me.
That's what I tell everybody.
All right, so you make camp. You hunker down. You rest. You have some leftover whale meat before it goes bad. And it's uneventful. You sleep for the night. You wake up in the morning, all of you. So you rest. Anybody's taken any damage, put your stats back to full. You're good. You're all healed and rested up. You feel great.
Ooh.
The Nereid, I'm going to say though, the Nereid says, I can't stay here. I need to get going. I can't stay here for the night. You can sit here and do what you want. But I'm going to start heading back south, home.
Wait,
Just tell
Jeez.
them in the village that that Naira sent you, and you should be okay.
no, wait. No, wait.
Wait.
I don't. So
Yeah.
I would probably like continue on with her.
Yeah.
Like
for
I would
sure,
escort
yeah.
her and continue on with her.
She says,
Yeah.
I'm going to the other side of this island. I'm going south.
You're going to the ogre camp, like we discussed before. My two compatriots here fell ill. as a
Picking
result of
flowers. She
trying to
says,
get you there.
your compatriots fell ill picking flowers. I don't know if I need your type of protection if you can't
So,
protect yourselves
Oh.
picking flowers in a clearing.
you know, we could have just let those salamanders just pick you in a clearing too, right? Like we got you out of that jam. So maybe let's overlook the flowers a bit, okay? You give and you take. It's a weird island.
Milady, think about it this way. It was the elf that fell down. It was the perfect situation. I mean, you hate
It's
him.
true.
It was like some sort of karma.
Yeah, it was like divine elf intervention or something. Put that elf right on the shelf.
We'll leave first thing in the morning. You don't.
We
need
can
to leave.
escort you, including me, to the ogres, or
I think
we
you're-
can escort you, including me, to the south of the island.
You're asleep, Ernie. This is why you're sleeping.
Oh, okay. I'm out. I
Go
thought
ahead.
This was the next
Ernie's
morning.
just talking to King Matt.
No, this is gonna be the night before. She's gonna want to leave at night. So, why don't you make me a manipulation roll? How many books have you read on manipulation? No, I'm kidding.
I haven't
Four
read
book.
any, but
I'll let
definitely
one
pushing.
person do it, and I'll give
Oh.
them a bonus because it was the elf that passed out.
I'm naturally very charismatic, but,
So- but this will
I
be
haven't read any
before-
books, believe it or not.
This will be before healing. This will be like the night of after you
Yeah,
made
yeah.
camp.
I didn't take any empathy damage, so I could roll.
Question: if someone doesn't have any skill in something, but like, let's say Calvert didn't have any skill points whatsoever in manipulation, and made the roll for manipulation. If I were to have read some books on it, could I provide assistance?
Yes, you can.
That's actually exactly how.
Like,
as long as one
that's what
book
I
has
wanna
been
do.
read, you can help.
Then
Yeah.
I would like to provide assistance.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch these two manipulate. It's such a
Okay.
nice team effort. I'm learning so much.
Fine, just snooze.
Okay, so what am I adding? A plus what to it?
A +2. One for
Plus
Xena,
one.
who's also standing next to you and like helping
We're doing
the
good
argument.
cop, bad cop.
No, you're both good cop. And also the elf is the one that
It's
passed
so
out.
Canadian. So Canadian. Not even. You're both good, okay? I
Ah.
dictate it. You're both nice.
It's the only way the world makes sense to me.
Milady, you'll be staying with us.
Do you say it like that? It's so creepy and Milady, you're staying with us. That's your argument.
My tint fits too.
Ah, the essence of Evan. The Evanescence.
Oh no.
Okay. Tips Fedora.
Oh my god.
She says she thinks about it and she goes, I can see how this could be problematic. Listen, I can't stay around here, but I can give you something that will guarantee they know that you're being sent by one of my kind. And we are allies in this war on the island.
Are you confident that this token will be enough for them to like realize we helped you?
Yes.
Okay.
They can only get this from one of us. And then she sits down on her knees, and she kind of kneels over, and she starts chanting and waving her hands around. And all of a sudden, a small pool of water starts to form in front of her.
What?
And it starts to grow and grow, and it starts to grow upwards, not just outwards, but upwards. And it forms into this like little 2-foot little creature. It's got long floppy ears and
damn it.
squinty eyes. And it's like made of water, and then it kind of solidifies into this blue little creature, and it's looking at all of you with its
There we
squinty
go.
eyes, and it's kind of like dripping with water. And it's in shock and it's surprised. All of a sudden, its eyes go wide open, and it goes back to squint, and it scurries over to Naira. It kind of like holds around her leg. So why have you summoned me? What? No. Where are we? There's no water here. Why am I here?
That is a water imp.
So, turns out, buddy, we saved her life, and you're supposed to come with us because she thinks we're going to be good pals, and you'll help us make new friends.
He looks up at her. Is my name Buddy? And she just kind of nods, like, sure.
Aw.
Well,
Buddy.
look, the good news is we have Craig, and he's been with us for a few days. So
Who's
give him
Craig?
company.
Well, you see, we're kind of doing this thing where we got to catch them all, and we met this other guy made of like earth and stuff, and you're made of water. Pretty soon we're gonna have enough to be like Earth, Wind, and Fire. We're gonna make several good albums.
He's clutching under her leg, and he looks around her leg, and Craig's just sitting there and just like just waving.
I love
Hey.
Craig, I really do.
Is Craig jealous?
No, Craig to Paige is like, what's that? What is that? Where'd it
Our
come
new
from?
best friend. Craig, are you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous.
Okay,
Is this it's someone new to talk to? Are they friendly? What is it?
Ooh,
Who is it?
yes, talk to them all you want.
This is great. They can entertain one another.
Right.
That's why we had a second child,
No, I was just thinking
Oh,
that. I was
no.
just
Oh my
thinking that.
god.
so they can entertain one another.
We had a second child and we murdered it. It was the baby centipede. Okay, so we had our chance of that. We had a
We're gonna
we
raise
had a
it.
chance.
So technically, buddy, you're child 3. Just want to let you know.
An accident with the second one. That's fine. Milady, how are we going to save your sister if you were to leave us?
What?
What do you
That's
mean,
the
what?
Nira-
You
that's the
said
Nira.
you said your sister was taken, and how are we
She
going
says
to save her?
she says my sisters are all scattered on this island. We're trying to find them right now. Our queen, I know she is in the bathhouse in Hot Spring City. She's trapped there, and that's why myself and one of my sisters were trying to go there. I also know that a number of them are part of the harem of Varkus in the
no.
very
Problematic.
weirdo.
Anime protag entrance.
Varku and
I
others
saw this on Crunchyroll.
and others are trapped and locked in objects across the island, like myself was by his kind. And she points at the passed out elf on the ground.
Let's take
don't
shots of
worry
the
about it.
Question.
unconscious dude.
Question.
Mm? Yes.
There's a very large statue of a woman on one part of the island, just her torso upward. Is anybody maybe trapped in that?
Not as far as I know. We were locked in portraits and small
Okay.
statues in elves'
Okay,
homes,
good.
and they used us for entertainment. They would take us out of these portraits,
Oh,
and she's like, we're singers. Not that kind of entertainment. We're singers. We're part of a singing troupe that came here many, many millennia ago, and the elves trapped us here. And they would just take us out for entertainment to sing for them from time to time. And we've been lost here for a very, very, very long time. And there's a magic on the island that is keeping our people from coming here to find us also.
okay.
You know, it
And I'm
makes
trying to-
sense. But a long time in our history, elves were put on shelves, and I think that you're just getting the lasting effects of that iron.
That's the third elf on a shelf joke this stream. I think we need to be done with it.
I
It's
love it.
not even
that.
Christmas.
It's not
Not
even
even
Christmas.
I love it.
She says-
Milady, could you give us maybe a direction of the bathhouse, or perhaps if there was some sort of numerical value that you could
Map.
potentially come up with?
She
like,
says, "Do you have
there's
a map? Do you have a
Mhm.
map?"
Oh, do we? I've never looked at it, but I think
We do. I
I
have it
show her the
open.
map. I show her
She
the map.
points to HS19 on your map in the
that sounds
south,
very far.
the southeast or southwest corner of the map. She says, "There are the ruins of Hot Spring City,
Oh yeah, it's very
where,
far.
where the elves once lived."
And
Yeah,
is that
you're
where
at
going?
HSO4. It's the complete opposite end, almost, of this island.
We're in 8 though, right? We're in HSO8 right now.
You've
put
moved
the
up to
4, I
HSO4, so this clearing
Oh,
is
we
in
did?
HSO4.
Ooh.
So you are
Oh,
like
okay.
almost opposite
Oh,
from
shit.
the
yeah,
city.
this is far apart as we could possibly
And
be.
that this is where she's traveling to the south end to find her queen in the ancient.
She
ruined
says,
city.
"My queen is in the ancient city," and she looks at the elf, and she looks at the rest of you, and she kind of whispers in a hush. She says, "I am staying with others of my kind," and she points down at HS25. "I am staying with others of my kind there. If you find any of my sisters trapped in any objects across the island, or you're able to free the ones that are being held captive by Varku, please send them there."
Okay.
Okay.
We can do that.
Is there anything you can tell us about talking to, negotiating with, and generally not being like murdered by these axe fellas?
The ogres had a bad reputation for a long time. They would attack on sight. They freed themselves. They were worried that Varku was sending anyone he could to bring them back or annihilate them. He was quite upset that he was embarrassed in front of the Ash Barons. The Night Axe ogres, though, have let up in recent times. They don't attack on sight as much anymore. They value strength, do not show weakness in front of the Night Axe ogres.
Okay.
They're always so looking for breeding stock.
Well, I think that one will have to pass, but he does start cutting off the sleeves of his shirt, getting ready to show his might.
But they, more than anything, they want revenge. If you are not a friend of Varku's, then you are a friend of theirs.
Mm.
That's the salamander king
Yeah.
man, right?
She says that is the Ifrit who lives in that volcano, and she points to the giant
Oh.
volcano you can see to the south. He is
That's
evil.
not good.
He has imprisoned people. The salamanders, or all of his army known as the Fugonauts, work for him. And he is the one, he is to blame for everything that's happening on this island.
Oh.
Great. Wonderful.
Is that how your kind and their kind bonded then, this mutual enemy? You and the ogres?
Yes, and also, she says he is the Lord of Fire, and we are of water.
Yep.
We are natural enemies. But like I said,
Could-
he also has a number of my sisters captured in his volcano.
Could you teach us water magic, milady?
Stop.
Jesus,
Ever
I gotta
since-
go. I
Ever
gotta
si-
go.
Tips. Who was it that said Tips Fedora in the chat? That's all I see now is Calvaire. My lady.
Now
Tips
the
Fedora.
sleeves cut off.
I've told this story before, and I'm just gonna make it really brief. My daughter went to a daycare once where there was actually a woman named Milady who was like a
Nope.
like a daycare worker. And every time I said her name, every time I just had the inclination to tip a fedora. So I understand where we're at right now. I get it. I get it. Every time
That's
Evan says it.
terrible.
It was awkward that you had to keep all those fedoras in the car when you went to pick them up, though, so that
Mhm.
way you can make it happen.
Backup fedoras.
Yeah, you had a hatchback dashery.
So are you asking her to teach you magic?
I am. I would
Oh my
love
God.
to be a water magician.
Ooh, let Calvary make himself pretty.
What do you mean? I'm already pretty.
That's basically from everything I've read about the Nereids. That's like all they do is make themselves beautiful. And
well,
like
she also
apparently
says
create
they're
water
the
imps.
natural enemy, so I don't know. Worth a shot.
Are you a grass type?
She
Thunder?
could teach you the
Good.
path of sight.
Oh,
That's a druid thing?
It's a druid thing.
That sounds like there's no water involved at all.
there's in the what is it? The winter one. There's the elemental magic that actually covers summoning elementals. You could totally use that as well.
Well,
Maybe she's
apparently
not
she
that
doesn't know
powerful at
that
magic.
one. Maybe I must visit the queen, the real milady.
Ooh, this is true.
The Truman lady.
The true milady will teach me the true water magic.
What are these hit points? What is going on?
So Miko, who's a mod for my channel, often will accrue the psychic damage rolls that I've done to people, and has determined that Chet has about 500 hit points, and we're already 489 down based on the d6s of psychic damage.
Oh,
Got you. I
no.
get it. All right. I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
All right. So she offers you that. She says, I must go, but here is your emissary, Buddy. And
Blue.
you present Buddy to the Night Axe ogres, and will guarantee you they will look upon you favorably, as you will not. They do not get them from anyone other than us.
What would they do with Buddy when they get him?
Yeah, Buddy's like all timid and scared. He's like clinging on. He's like, yeah, what are they gonna do to me? She says, Buddy, accompany these 5, and report back to me whenever you're near a source of water that you could get back to where we're staying.
Okay.
And he's all timid, and
I'll
he's kind of
put
like
my-
looking
Aw.
at the rest of you with like little squinty eyes, and he's not quite sure, and he's not letting go of her leg.
I'll try and put my hand out and outstretch it to Buddy in like a nice way. See if he-
Can Klein be the nicest he's ever been? I want to like show him just how, like the kindness.
You are Klein the Kind.
What should I roll for that? Actually, I could use how about I use some of my human talent, and I could use insight to like figure out his worries
Sure.
and calm him down. So I'll do that.
I like it.
See.
Line the
Let's see how
inclined
that
to kind.
goes. There we go. Yay.
So
And
what
Klein's
do you-
like
What do you do?
Klein like kneels down to this little dude. He's like, "Hey, buddy. I know it's scary out there, but look at all of us. We're all pretty strong. We got our lovely little Craig here. Look at him, how happy he is with us. Do you think you could you want to be happy like that with us while we travel? I would be lovely to have you and with us."
He's like looking at you, these squinty little eyes, and he looks over at Craig, who's just still kind of like waving at him. He nods his head. Like I said, he's only like 2 feet. He's like really small. You hold out your hand, and he kind of climbs up your arm and like onto your shoulders. And he's sitting there. He's kind of
a water animal.
wet, like your shoulders
Yay!
wet where it's sitting. But
That's perfect.
I walk
Klein is
over
like,
with Crag on my back and like motion for them to give each other a high five.
sure you do.
Listen, I don't think that Buddy is ready for this yet, but I'm just throwing it out there. There is a possibility that Buddy could like use King Matt as like an exoskeleton and could walk around.
oh
King
no.
We don't have to do it now. We don't have to do it now. Just
I love
just
it.
planting the seed, then walking away. Planting the seed and walking away.
Rehydrating king beef jerky.
Mm-hmm.
Make him
I
buff.
heard that.
I'm still passed out, so he didn't hear anything from me.
Gotta catch them all. All you need now is a fire imp, an ooze imp, and a magma imp. Oh, and a steam imp.
And a Magikarp.
And a Magikarp.
God. Oh my God.
And a
The only
Machamp.
Pokemon I know.
All right, so that was the evening. So you go to sleep. You now have Buddy the Water Imp
No.
and Craig the Earth Imp. Hey, we're getting a raid here. 67 people. Hello, Total
Oh,
Party
my.
Chill.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
You've joined at an important time.
Oh my God.
So
Oh, they're all gone. They left.
they instantly left with the pun. Thank
I didn't know you could. I
Ugh.
didn't know you could cancel a raid like after
Yeah,
they've already
weird.
started.
Well, it turns out puns are take backsies.
All right, so you rest for the night. Klein, you stay up, and you and Buddy, you bond. Buddy's
Aw,
really
yeah.
anxious. He's always like, "Do you have any water? It's really dry here. Is there any water I can have?" And he's
Klein he's like, I got a whole full pouch of it here, friend, and starts
And he just
pouring it
kinda-
out.
he just drinks some. He kind of pours some on himself. He's like the
Yeah.
size of your water skin. He says, "Do you want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Show us the
Do you-
trick.
I was born
You-
for this.
Do you have any alcohol?"
Oh,
No.
Buddy, you
We-
are
we
like
had
1
some
day
wine.
old.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
this does not seem
This
appropriate.
is
but
just
no.
Klein. This is Klein and Buddy because Klein's staying up all night,
Oh,
right? While the
yeah.
rest of you sleep.
Because
So this
he-
is like Klein and Buddy bonding
We're
time.
watching the camp while you guys sleep, and it's like Klein's like, no, we had to use a remainder of our wine to save your
He says,
your
next
creator.
Next time you have some, I'll show
Mhm.
you a trick. I'll show you a really cool trick. Okay?
Klein's like, can I show you a trick?
Yes.
And so there's a fire, I assume, right?
There is a fire. Yep.
So I mean, I have like 3 willpower points. I think I can spend one for a fun trick. So Klein's gonna spend one to
Yeah.
do the cut a little bit of his hand to get the blood so he can use Firewalker
Uh-huh.
to be impervious to flame.
Yes.
And he's just gonna like do that and then put his hand in the fire. And
Alright.
just pull it out and say like, "Hey, look, I'm perfectly fine. This is what I can do."
He's just like, whoa, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
What is? Roll me a d6. So let's see if you get a magical mishap.
You
Oh.
got it.
I hope you get a
Says-
magical mishap as you're trying
Me
to show
too.
off.
Me too.
It says here you make the water imp near you aggressive. Weird. It's so specific.
Yeah, he bites your
I'm-
ear off. Ah. No.
Ah.
Yeah, so you put your hand
Call
in,
that
and
the Tyson.
he's like scared, and he's just like not sure, and he doesn't like the fire because it kind of dries him out. And he's like, why do you do that?
It's because I can.
And Craig's just like, yeah, why are you doing that? I've never seen you do that before. Why are you doing that for him? Why didn't you do it for me? What's going on?
We never stayed up.
Favorite
We never stayed up
table.
late
Craig's
at
getting
night.
jelly.
Craig's like, I don't sleep.
Well, you don't talk to me.
He's like, I never stop talking.
No.
Oh yeah.
You're
Oh,
lying.
And Klein's like, well, I only just learned it from Master. He can do it. You should ask him to show you some next time.
He starts
Craig.
waddling over to Ernie, and he scoops him up, and he starts like walking over to the fire.
Oh no!
Are you gonna stop him?
And Ernie never
yeah,
wakes up.
I like, oh, stop, Craig. He
Well,
needs
why?
to
You
sleep.
said Master taught you this. You
Yeah,
got in the
he's-
fire. You're
he's-
fine.
Please don't let him
He's
throw me in the
Yeah,
fire.
we're officially 1 day past 420 Blaze It, so maybe don't smoke the party member.
And
Craig,
he's like, no.
Craig
he
woke
needs
up and
to-
chose violence today.
he'll-
Throw him in the fire.
He'll show you tomorrow night.
All
not
right.
tonight.
Craig seems really confused. He's like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I'll put him, and he puts him down, and
There's like a Chucky my buddy situation here with Craig.
And like instead to like divert his attention, Klein picks up a hot like I guess a coal or a piece of
Mhm.
wood that's on fire and like juggles it like a tiny bit and then hands it to Craig so he can hold it. 'cause
yeah,
he
Craig
can't
takes it. He doesn't get hurt
it.
by it.
Yeah, I'm like, look, we can, and we
It's a
play
coal.
catch.
He takes it
It's
and
like-
he eats it.
Oh. So I grab another one and I toss it to him so we can do like the popcorn thing.
He does it for a little while, and then he just can't help himself and eats the coal.
There we go. Perfect. I'm like, see, we can have fun too, buddy.
All right, so
yeah.
the night's pretty uneventful. You wake up all in the morning. You're feeling great. Ernie, you wake up and there's like this little watery creature hanging off of Klein's
What the
shoulder.
hell is that?
It's Buddy,
I'm
Buddy
what?
Blue. It's my friend. He's gonna
Oh,
help. He's gonna help make sure we get accepted by the ogres.
Nice. We've got 2 of these things now. We need to find the other 3.
Yeah, agreed. I hope they're just
Everybody
as
can
nice.
have their own friend.
Spirit
But Craig
animals.
really hasn't picked anybody, so I'm not sure how that one's gonna work out.
Clearly yours, Calvert.
Oh no! He's not my type.
All right, so it's first thing in the day. Do you want to eat or drink now, or do you want to wait till later for your 24-hour period to eat and drink?
Yeah, let's eat. Eat, drink.
Do we need to
Eat
roll right?
time, eat time.
Yeah, you need
eat
to
time.
roll on your character sheet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ooh. You go down to die type.
Ernie.
Is there D4? Is D6 the smallest? I gotta
Yeah,
look it up.
D6
This is the smallest.
So
There
you
goes the
consume
zero.
all of your food, Ernie.
Ooh, there's another
Oh,
one. Jen got
and
one, too.
Xena consumes all of her food.
I have no food.
All right, let me roll.
But your water supplies are great.
Yeah.
Paige, your food and water are fantastic.
Take a page out of my book, you others.
It does show a D6 though, no matter what you roll. So just if you had a 6, you're down to nothing. If you had an 8, it drops down to a 6. If that makes sense for Xena and Ernie. Because I noticed like we're getting 7s and such on our rolls, but it's shaped like a D6, and then 11, and that's not possible on a D6, obviously.
I am down to nothing.
Okay.
I think it's the color of the dice is what it's representing.
I'm colorblind.
Well,
Oh.
okay.
I'm screwed. All right, everybody, as you're kind of eating breakfast and sitting around, go ahead and make me a scouting roll, please.
Oh, I can do that. It's almost like
You're-
that's what I'm there for.
You're breaking,
Ah!
you're breaking down camp. You're putting the fire out. You're getting ready to leave. And Klein and Calvert and Ernie and Paige, you all notice you're sitting there, you're breaking camp, and you just notice on the other side of like the clearing, along the edge, like right at the edge of the jungle, there's a whole bunch of bushes that you swear weren't there yesterday, like clustered together.
Oh, great.
And you're kind of watching these bushes, and every once in a while it seems like they're inching forward, and like in a cluster.
Pull out my sling and I.
Oh,
I was just going to
Rock.
say fire and arrow.
I
Yeah.
think these are spider bushes.
The hell is a spider bush?
What's a
Well-
spider bush?
One of the most curious plants on Swordfish Island, the spider bush is a small shrub, rarely growing larger than 2 feet in diameter, with waxy light green leaves and an exposed woody root system. Tiny blue and white flowers develop on the tips of its branches, blooming year-round. If it doesn't receive sunlight for a 24-hour period, it uses its root system to waddle across the ground in search of light. So that was my guess. Moving
You
bushes.
do see blue and white flowers blooming on these bushes.
Are they hostile? Or...
Should we leave them alone? Just let them pass?
We should
We
leave them
just-
alone.
Avoid
It-
them?
It's nothing of sentience is spoken about here. I think they're just plants that are moving for light, y'all.
I think
Oh,
if we kill them, we'll just be chopping down defenseless.
Yeah,
plants.
Klein just puts his sling down and then
I understand that Ernie's a
Moves out
little
of the
mad at
way.
the flowers from yesterday, but I don't think we can do that.
I've got a vendetta to keep care of here.
All right. They do seem to match the description of the spider bushes.
I think we just pull up camp and leave.
Yeah, so you pack up camp and we're going to head on. You want to keep on pressing towards the Ogre Village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
just plus.
Which is Glavrock Village. So let's do our travel rolls again, please. Keep watch and lead the way. I'm curious, in your field guide, what is actually marked for the 3 locations in your... Because that was one of them that you just encountered.
You know what does it say for that camp? Let me look.
HSO 8? Or no, 04. isn't it?
4, yeah.
Galrock Village is the only thing labeled.
Yeah,
And
It's
2
the
blanks.
only thing
So
of the
go-
3. Yep.
We have that.
You got it, Bill.
The weed.
Go ahead and fill in the Rocky Field is one of your 3 entries for HSO4.
It's like Philadelphia here. There's all this Balboa.
Is somebody actually filling these in? Because
I am. I mean, yeah.
I'm not.
Xena, you are our scholar.
I think
And-
Paige.
You're a
Knight
scholar and a princess. Warrior
is a
princess.
Scholar and a princess.
And our murderer. So, I mean, you do it all.
Scholar and a murderer. You might
That's-
die, but at least I was well read.
That's what it's always been about, baby. Scholarly pursuits and murder.
All right, so you head forward, and so you pass both your rolls, and as you head forward, you see ahead of you in the jungle, the thick jungle. All of a sudden, it breaks, and you see there's a big wall of obsidian tipped spears, and you can hear all sorts of sounds, like guttural, like language coming from there, and you can only assume this is Glav Rock Village, the home of the Night Axe Ogres.
Well, I don't seem to be very popular with anyone we've run into in this island, so I'm going to hang out in the back.
Sure. What is our play, by the way? I mean, we introduce Buddy, and what is our goal here?
I mean, pick up Buddy and walk to the front gate. Hold him up.
No, not that. I mean,
Like a Lion
like
King
what are
move.
we getting from them? What is our goal from this conversation with the ogres?
I've got a couple questions. What's going on with the whales? Is there any way we can make these items without them dissipating? There's a couple questions, but other than intellectual curiosity for me, I mean, what are we trying to get?
I don't know.
I'd like to know where we can actually go to find some level of civilization on this island.
Ooh, also, I'd like to know what kind of factions we're against. If we're aligning potentially against this fire dude in the volcano, it might be good to know why and who with.
I also think I'd like to help them try and find another way other than stealing fighter
Yeah.
women
Yep.
and
Good call.
turning them into ogres.
Yeah, that's
Like-
fair.
I think I'd try to help them with that.
Maybe some of that Sapoa, Sapalopa.
Sapopa.
That one.
A sip of
Sangria.
A sip of sangria.
Sapapia, something.
I had a sip of sangria once. I'm such a lightweight.
I wouldn't mind replacing my wine as well.
All right.
Oh!
Well, I guess.
Buddy's ears perk up. Wine?
What is up with him?
Buddy, you are 1 day old. Stop.
You know, I knew you were a water spirit. I didn't know you were water spirits. Okay, buddy?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
He's like, I just want to show you a trick. I know a really cool trick. You'll love it.
Okay.
I swear to God, if he just drinks it, I'm gonna lose my
Can
mind.
you produce
Like, if you just-
more?
Made it
He's just like,
disappear.
Just
"Whoop,"
guzzles
and now he's
this
completely
one.
made of wine.
He just
What if
turns
he
into a
drank it
wine
and
elemental.
into wine elemental. Oh my god.
I'm thinking maybe he can produce wine, more wine, if we give him
Well,
wine.
So water imps, if you save their lives, they will they tend to provide you with an endless water, like what's it called?
All right, everyone,
Oh.
get
Canteen of
straws. Who's
water.
gonna beat up Buddy so we can save his life?
I won't lie, I've already been thinking about ways to put him in mortal danger.
Oh no.
Klein will not allow this.
No.
I'm not telling Klein this. This is
Klein's
Jen
gotta
talking
sleep
to the group.
sometimes, buddy.
Klein,
I say to
Jen
buddy.
talking to the group. This
Keep
isn't
some clothes
Xena.
on his
Eternal
shoulder.
rest.
I don't... Oh,
All right,
my.
I'll head
Okay.
forth with Klein and Buddy and whoever else wants to come.
Sure. So you start breaking out forwards, and surrounding this whole village are obsidian spikes pointing outwards, and there's pools of water in front of the obsidian spikes. Like, it looks like it's about 5 feet wide, and you get a little closer, and it looks like it's actually pretty deep. These pools of water, and it's all the way around the ogre village.
Guess this is how our water people get here.
Mhm.
Buddy says, no, that's just a trench.
How? You are 1 day old and you know this?
That's a trench.
He's smart.
You're like 100 and something years old. How don't you know this?
Oh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So
is there
you
like a gate, or is there?
here, I'll let me show you what you're dealing with.
Ooh.
some
Calvaire.
combat map?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So you have a map of the village in front of you with a whole bunch of numbers. Let's say that you're entering over by 8 and 7. Here, I'll put it up on the overlay so people can see it as well. It's not labeled so people don't know what the numbers are. Boop. There's a map of whatever he's looking at. So you're entering over by 8. You're on the east side. You're coming towards the village. The village is like a hub of activity. You actually see in the village. Let's roll. So there's actually a random table determining what's going on in the village when you arrive. So let's roll. Let's fully embrace this table and see what is happening. 9. There seems to be some sort of celebration happening in the center of the village. It looks like there's 10 ogres that are there, and they're celebrating. And the others, like, they're being surrounded by the other ogres in the village. And these look like warriors that are surrounded by the others. And they're back, and the others are cheering and shouting, and they're drinking. And it looks like they're having a feast. They're having some sort of celebration for these 10 ogres in the middle, surrounded by the others. So there's like singing and drink is flowing, even though it's pretty early in the morning. It's probably like 9 in the morning. They're drinking and they're eating. There's grand feast laid out.
Buddy's dream right there.
I'm gonna stop everyone and do some push-ups real quick to pump up my arms. Make sure I'm looking.
I'm gonna put Crag on his back as some extra weight to
That's
really
right.
get him good and pumped.
1,001! 1,002! Okay.
Yeah, these ogres are like 12 feet tall. These things are massive. They've
Yeah,
got
that's fine.
obsidian blades. The ones in the middle all have these double-bladed obsidian axes, and they're hoisting them up in the air, and they're not speaking the same language as you are. You don't understand what is being said. It's something to take note before you just puff up your
Well,
chest and walk in there.
Let's go celebrate like great warriors.
Well,
Maybe I can
naturally,
get a
I'm just
bottle of that
gonna
wine.
puff up my chest and walk in there. I mean,
Yeah, act like we own the place.
Oh no.
Clyde
I was
is
just
like,
like,
I'll walk
"Ah."
in too. I'll walk
Lion King carrying
Hi.
Buddy in the front of us, by the way,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
very bushy-tailed.
presenting Buddy to the African savannah.
to the Night Ogre Village. All right, so you start walking in, and they're celebrating, and you're not noticed. Like they're so caught up in this celebration and what's happening, and all of a sudden, someone notices the 5 of you walking in. And they spin around and they start shouting and pointing, and you don't understand the language, and they start grabbing their obsidian weapons and looking at you rather menacingly. What do you want to do?
I
buddy!
whisper to Buddy, and I'm like, "Hey, Buddy, can you tell them why we're here and that we're friends and that we're strong like them, maybe stronger?" Question mark.
So confident.
Let's fight 12 ogres.
So I'm trying to find a good celebration sound here to play. Sure,
Ooh.
that'll do. All of a sudden, record scratch, and they turn around to see the 5 of you.
So you
Buddy-
might ask yourself how we found ourselves surrounded by a bunch of axe ogres now.
They stop and Buddy looks kind of like he's like sheepish, and he's kind of like recoiling back towards you, Klein. His eyes get even squintier, and his voice gets really high, and he starts speaking a
Aw.
language you don't really understand. He starts.
Oh, he's
explaining-
lying like Tyler whenever he's trying to say something.
And he starts speaking, and he's like coiling back. Let me roll some dice here.
Come on, buddy.
Nobody wants to jump in and help Buddy?
I'll try. I don't know what he's
I
Yeah,
saying.
don't-
I'm
I don't
more
have
than
any-
happy
yeah.
to roll manipulate.
I can jump in and help.
So Buddy starts talking, and one of the ogres kind of holds his arm out and stops the others. And you see him call for someone or something, and he points towards one of the tents or huts there. You notice there's about 30 huts in his village as well, as you're kind of looking around and surrounded by ogres and what's going on. See, there's about 30 huts in total here, and it looks like there's various, like, almost like trades huts that are also set up. You can see what appears to be like a tannery. There seems to be almost like a trade area over in another
I
part.
think to myself, trade huts. I hear some of those sell pizza.
There looks to be a big pile of trash over one corner. There's another section where it looks like there are craftsmen who work at carving bones into it looks like almost armor. You see another hut where there's just piles of obsidian.
We
There's
have a lot of
one.
bones.
Yes.
Practically made of them.
You also notice though in the middle of the village is where number 9 is. There's a big bubbling pool of natural spring water as well. And he points, and he points to tent number 8, or hut number 8 there on the map. And the music has stopped, and the ogres stopped, and they're all gathering around, and they're all mean mugging you and looking at you, and some are trying to push forward, and this one keeps pushing the rest of them back. And out of hut number 8 walks a decorated looking ogre. He's not as tall or as wide as some of the others, but he's wearing it looks almost like a headdress, like he's important. Headdress made of some sort of animal you've never encountered before, 2 large tusks, and beside him is an old, elderly looking female ogre. She's got long silver hair that's down to her feet and dragging behind her. It's dreadlocked and braided and just kind of unkempt, and it's wrapped all around her. And the one who looks like he's important walks up to the group of you. And he says, "What is the meaning of this? I am told you were sent by the Nereid, and you bear a water imp. Who are you, and why are you in our village?"
So, anybody else want to, explain it? or-
Yeah, I'll jump in if you want.
Oh,
No, I don't want you to
No,
at all.
all good. Sit with the sarcophagus, I think.
Naira, we met a Naira, sir and milady.
Oh, God. Oh, we sent the least charismatic person I know. Fuck.
You notice that a bunch of the ogres are pointing at Xena. And you see the old woman takes notice of Xena too, and she starts whispering in this
Hello?
one's ear.
I can't wait to be an ogre.
I did not see this coming. I did not. Did anyone else see this coming? I did
I
not
want
see this.
obsidian. I demand obsidian weapons and the freedom to go out and hunt whenever I'm not bearing children.
He sneers and he goes, "Who are you and what are you doing in your village? I understand you were sent by a Nereid, but what are you doing here? What do you want? You're obviously allies with them, so that makes you an ally of the ogres. But who are you?"
we want to help. I'm Klein the Kind. And he slams the staff down.
Aw, it's cute.
It just breaks in half.
Yeah, he goes,
When
"I
it
am."
puts staff down,
I
it
am-
makes like a squeaky sound, like a little toy, like.
Oh.
I should have never put that squeaker on the bottom of my staff.
I am Glavrock, and this is my village. These are my people.
Excellent.
Oh, so these are the village people, you say?
Is there a
Oh.
young man here, perhaps?
Which one of you
Anyways.
is the Indian?
You there in the construction hat.
Evan's
Oh,
joke.
no.
No, wait, did
Yeah,
you just-
no one got it except you.
I got it,
Hated-
young
And I'm
man.
so proud of you, Evan, for getting in on the joke. He pulled those, yeah.
I get it.
Anyways,
I get it.
we are here to help with Lord Zrukru.
Varku,
Ah, that guy.
he says angrily. What about Varku? Do not mention his name here in our village.
Oh, well, I didn't say it correctly, so technically you did. But anyways,
Oh,
Naira said that a bunch of her sisters were captured, and I guess we're going to be good people today, and maybe try and help them.
He kind of lets out a snort. He says, "Come with me," and he points to that hut, number 8 there.
I'll whisper to
We can speak
Buddy.
in there.
Buddy, can you mist me? Can you make me mist me? Make me look like I'm sweaty, like mist me, buddy.
But sure, Buddy just kind of flicks his hands in your direction. These
Oh,
droplets
God.
Now I,
hit you.
look, now I look like I came out of Baywatch. I'm like,
yes. Klein takes notes.
Takes notes.
with a little bit dripping off the mustache.
Oh, what are you, Tom Selleck?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. All right, so you are escorted into the hut number 8 there, and within there's like a general meeting area, and he's in there and he's sitting there along with that old ogre woman as well, and you can hear sounds from other areas in this hut. There's other rooms coming off of the hut itself. You're in the main area. I don't have the map up for this, unfortunately. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you guys were going to get here or not today. We're actually coming to the end of the session. And you're in this main sitting area. It's a meeting area. There are boar hides all over the floor. There are basalt blocks that have been used to make tables, and there are oil lamps on top of these tables. You'll see baskets and strands of beads hanging down from the ceiling, and there are wooden stools that are fashioned. And sit, and there's mugs and drink sitting on the table as well. Sit.
We
We're
get a
gonna
sense
talk.
between like the carved ornamentation, the making of the weapons, the boar stuff, the stools. Like, are they a craft person culture? I'm kind of getting the sense that they like value that.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna get you. You don't even need to make an insight. Between the tannery
Yeah.
and the wolf bone workers, yes, you are.
I'm gonna
definitely
immediately like butter them up then and be like, "You make wonderful work here. I mean, all the different things we've seen, just so much good craftsmanship."
Make me a manipulation roll for that.
Okay.
Glavrock.
Oh,
I'm gonna push it.
Yes.
push it. Oh no.
No,
And you're unconscious.
No,
he's
is he?
I'm one
No.
away. I'm one away.
I'm like, no, he's not.
Wow.
He's almost unconscious.
Passes out at the table.
It's these mugs of liquor. They craft that well too.
Buddy goes, liquor?
Oh,
Damn it,
shit.
buddy. Control yourself. We're guests.
And he scurries down your back and onto the table, Klein. He's sitting on the table next to you, and he's kind of like looking up into your glass. And Glavrock says, "Yes, do not try to butter us up with your words. Who are you? Why are you here? I've never seen you before on this island. And what
We
is
just
your...
arrived.
From where? Nobody could come to this island.
The ocean.
It's cursed."
Well, we were shipwrecked.
Kind of thinks. And he looks at all five, and he specifically looks at Shuzina and goes, that explains much. We would have been aware of your presence prior to this.
That's intense, buddy. That's real intense.
From a room behind him to on his left-hand side, you can hear the sound of children laughing, and you look and you can see that there are like ogre young poking their heads out, and they're looking at the five of you, and they're laughing, and they're like curious by the visitors.
Keep
And
him
he's-
away from us.
He snarls and sneers. "Ah!" And they go back into their hut.
Now, are these the same ogres that were the whale ogres? or is
Yes,
this a
these are the
different-
same type
But
of
but
ogres.
this is a different camp than the pig farm camp.
This is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
one was
but
a
they're the
You
farm.
can
same-
ask.
there's
You
the
can
same-
ask him about the pig farm if you want.
Okay, sure. What about your pig farmer ogres? We didn't know if you guys were connected.
He's
Bros.
it's one of our outposts. It is run by Srock. He is a good ogre, but we don't see eye to eye very often. We have different views on how the tribe should be progressing.
Hey, sensitive subject.
He does not like my cold, calculated strikes and attacks against Varku and his men. He feels we should just rush in there and take them on head first.
Hmm.
Are you dwindling his army?
No, he seems to have no end to his army. Svark also does not agree with the views on acquiring new women.
Which is
He thinks that we should just snatch them up and take them for our own. I do not agree with this point of view.
That sounds very not good.
So what's your current point of view with that then? Like, what are the nuances here, buddy?
But he's like, huh?
Yeah, I think Paige calls everybody buddy, which is why Buddy's buddy now.
He
so
said
I
it is
apologize.
cowardice. I do not like secretly tiptoeing around and kidnapping women. That is what we are proud warriors. Where we will thrive once again, and that is not the means to do so.
so women willingly.
I'll drink to that.
accept? Or
Our numbers will come back. We are cursed by the Ash Barons, and we need to break the curse. We need to kill Varku. He is holding this whole island in contempt, and we are stuck in this cycle. No one can see us on the other planes. No one from the outside world can find us. And this is all Varku's doing. We were brought here as slaves to Varku, and we broke free. And we are now trying to be our own people. But he will not let us be him and his Huguenots.
This is perfect. So who's counted amongst your allies, and who is allied with Varkoth? Let's get a lay of the political landscape on this island.
It is us and the small, low-numbered Nereids. We're trying to find more of them as we can across the island. I don't know if you've heard, but they're locked in objects. The elves trapped them many years ago, many centuries ago.
Any tips on unlocking?
Damn elves.
Yeah, the elves are terrible, right? Right. Ernie?
If you
yeah.
if you find a portrait or a statue or something, you just reach into the portrait and pull them out, free them. There's a magical bind keeping them in there.
Okay.
Free them and then send them south to where their other sisters are.
So let's say defeating Lord Schlarku
Varku.
is the whole plan, right? That's the end game. What is the baby steps that people could do? Could maybe find items of great power for this mission.
Wow, there are items of wonder scattered all over the island you could find. There's
I
tale
wonder
of
where.
men to the south.
God damn it! Everything's to the south.
But Varku's army is vast. He has his salamanders, his lizard men, his obsidian giants. These are what were brought in to replace us when we freed ourselves.
Giants. Okay.
So these giants, how do the obsidian weapons hurt the obsidian giants? Is that kind of the deal? Or do you just use those because it's a resource you have at hand?
Magog provided us the blessing to craft obsidian weapons.
And is that blessing going to be bestowed upon those who
Are aligned?
are
with you?
strong enough?
Naturally ogres or maybe manufactured ogres?
He squints at the question. Goes, no others have ever been able to fashion obsidian weapons with their hands. We have been blessed by Magog. You can ask for his blessing, but I cannot guarantee it.
Okay. Is it like, does it need to be like notarized, or do I have to visit an office? Like,
Or do you
how
just
do we-
spend a
You
certain
could go
amount
to
of
the altar and
experience
ask.
points?
You
Go
can
up and
ask. Magog took pity on us after we freed ourselves, and he helped us. He sees the power in the Night Axe ogres.
Is this a deity or?
Yes, Magog is a god.
All right, just checking. I mean, this woman hasn't talked next to you, so just make sure.
She's just sitting there grinning, and she's like playing with her. She's actually cutting off pieces of her hair as you're talking. She's got an obsidian blade. She's cutting it off, and she's sitting there. And she's kind of like almost like sewing with it. She's like working it into things, to like netting almost. And
Climb's
she's
like
just
washing.
grinning creepily at the group of you, and she goes,
Well,
I want an obsidian giant to ride on into battle.
The fuck. is
Oh, I'm
wrong?
feeling her energy so much.
And she's got like crazy eyes, and she's just like cutting off chunks of her hair and sewing it, weaving it. Bring me an obsidian giant to ride on to kill Varku.
You know what? I'm gonna do my
Okay.
best to make that happen for you.
yeah.
I believe
So
everyone should live their dreams.
Is there anything a little bit, I don't know, more, what do you describe as reasonable for ways to prove that we will help you? That, doesn't involve capturing giants.
He says you can try speaking to Srock at the Boar's Head camp. Maybe tell him to be patient if you're heading back that way.
Okay.
And
That's it.
kill any of Vrock's servants you find out there on the island. Kill Vrock!
Yeah, we.
We've been traveling for a good while. Would you be able to help us with a little bit of food so we can go on our way?
He says, you're lucky we're having a party. We're celebrating our warriors who came back from slaying a number of Vrock's salamanders. You are free to join us, and you can stay in our camp for now as a friend of the Nereid.
I turn to Crag and I say, "Don't worry, buddy. Not those kinds of rocks."
Speaking, and Buddy's sitting there and he's dipping his hand in the cup of wine over and over again. Tastes it, licks it off his finger,
Klein's like, you
And
want
he's
to
like,
show me that trick?
shaking it, and he puts his hand over the cup, and he blows into it. And he starts
Uh-oh.
like giggling uncontrollably. He's like, "Here, drink it."
Klein takes it and just downs it.
It's water.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
He
Klein's
turned
just
wine to water,
like,
and he's just laughing. He's like, "Do you like it? Do you like it?"
Klein's
Well,
like,
wait a
I
second.
love
Actually,
it.
yeah, this is actually great. It means that he can turn any liquid into
I mean,
water.
it is 100% a parody foul. I mean, what do you mean this is great?
This
He could
is
turn-
wonderful.
He can turn dirty, poisoned, or salty water into actual water for us.
But our
This is
dignity?
great. Did you say but our dignity?
Wow.
I turn
Oh.
to the water imp and I say, "Quick, I want you to..." I can't say this. I was gonna say I would tell the water imp to turn all your blood into water.
I actually was wondering that, like, could we weaponize him in shitty ways?
Oh
But
no.
there as well.
All right. How about
Okay.
we're gonna end off here. We're gonna end off in the Ogre Village. You're in the Ogre Village tonight, and we'll come back next week. And we'll pick up in the Ogre Village for next session.
Yeah.
Let's do our round table here. So I know it's really late for Tyler, so we gotta end
Oh,
this.
it's all good. No worries.
Jen,
I'm a
what do you got going on this
night
week?
owl.
So this week, every morning, I play Animal Crossing for about an hour and a half, and I play musical instruments to start my day and do some daily affirmations. You can find me on Twitch TV/Gentendo, and I guarantee it'll be a train wreck. And I'll pass it off to Friendon.
Hi, I'm Friendon. You can find me on twitch.tv/Friendon. I draw art for tabletop for a living. I do that often on stream or other art. Sometimes I make art with Jen, where she describes Pokemon to me sight unseen, and I make nightmare abominations of them, and that's fun. But yeah, we're in a bunch of tabletop, Jen and I together. Follow the two of us. You'll hear more about it. Discords, all the usual stuff. Thanks for having us, Matt. It was fun.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Evan.
Yeah, you can find me at mflans on Twitter, and me and Matt might be cooking something up in the next few weeks, but we will let you guys know about that later. It's in the process, not even works. Discussions.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Billy, got anything going on you want to talk about?
I'll be here next week.
All right. And Tyler, what do you got going on this week?
Oh, I love Bill so much. I am streaming on Monday and Wednesday on Twitch of my lovely channel, Foolish GM. Monday, I'm going to start out with some good old anime and then do some tabletop prep for my upcoming system that I'm making called Law and Honor. A lovely to-be Law and Order anime tabletop game. It's going to be wild once it actually starts in August, or in April, I mean. And yeah, that's about it. Just and here on Sundays, because it's awesome.
Can I be Jerry Orbach?
Yes.
Law and Order.
Question
No?
mark? I don't know.
Do you know who that is?
Law and Order?
No.
No? Okay, well.
Jerry Orbach.
I watched the SVU one
Oh,
all the time.
all right.
And
I'll sh-
my game's Law and Honor SCU, Spirits and Curses Unit.
I'll fill you on who Jerry Orbach is after that.
Sounds good. Yes,
Part of the
please.
original cast from 30 years ago. or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm 29.
Yee. Okay, what I got going on this week? I'm running Forbidden Lands on this channel on Thursday. It is a European friendly stream, so it's at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time / 8 p.m. Central European Time. That's on Thursday here on the Free League channel. I'm doing Forbidden Lands Bitter Reach. It's my monthly game. I'm also going to be streaming some Alien this Saturday as part of GaryCon. So you can catch me over on GaryCon. I'll be streaming on their channel at noon Central. I'm trying to remember all times. Noon Central Standard Time. I'll be streaming Alien on there. And right after the game, I'll be doing a live interview with Drew Gasca, Andrew E.C. Gasca, the author of the Alien RPG and all the supplements coming out. So that interview, if you just want to tune in for the live Q&A, that's going to be at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. on GaryCon, on one of the many GaryCon channels. And then back here next week Sunday with these lovely folks playing more Forbidden Lands. So
Damn,
that is
that
it.
alien stuff is interesting.
It is
I
interesting.
love aliens. It's so good.
It's so good. All right. So with that, I'll give you a hefty Jerry Orbach, and we'll see you next week. Have a good week, everybody.